You ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready. This
Let's
is
do
going to be lit.
What up, Jobins? Episode 58. What the fuck happened last night? Holy shit, we'll get to that in a second. First off, this episode's sponsored by the TimboSugarShow. Jobins, you sponsored us for 5 episodes. We can't thank you enough, Jobins. It was a fucking honor.
Lit.
We never had a sponsor before, and it's an honor to say that you boys were our first one. I hope we did well. I hope you guys enjoyed our videos we made. I'm going to put a little montage of all the videos we made. One last ride. Let's look back and enjoy. Boom. So yeah, Jobins, I hope we did good. Looking forward to maybe getting sponsored again, hopefully one day. We'll rock this shit. But again, thank you, Jobins, because it's been a fucking honor.
Pleasure. It's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Guess what? It's Christmas time. We got some Christmas sweaters. Go get some more merch, Jobins. Go to some links in the bottom. Go get some fucking Christmas presents for your loved ones, for your cats and dogs.
For your cats,
for your
dogs.
For your neighbors. Or maybe surprise some other Jobins with some Sugar Sean gifts. And go get some Timbo merch. Go do it, Jobins. Go fucking do that.
Even if you don't get it by Christmas, it's never too late to look good in some good-ass merch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And plus, you know what would be a good idea, too? If y'all make some ugly sweaters, too, fuck yeah, because these ugly sweaters will be looking point.
Wouldn't that be sick?
That would be
with a
fucking
Timbo?
baller.
Yeah, Timbo Sugar Show one.
I would get it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know it.
Timbo's got the orange hair, so you can make some fucking sick ones with that. And his glasses and shit, and just his style alone, you can make a cool one. And then Sean, you can make a dope one.
You could put Sean in like a Christmas Santa outfit,
Yeah.
like he's Santa or something on a sleigh with a fucking belt, like unranked champ shit.
Timbo should take his Instagram photo that he uses. It's like him with shades, and I think he has a joint in his mouth.
I seen it.
Yeah, that should be right in the fucking center. I think that would be lit.
I would get that sweater.
Get those fucking ugly Christmas sweaters going, Jobin. God damn it, we want them. But yeah, we're all hyped up, Jobins. Last night, holy shit.
Holy shit.
So here's my recap with it. A lot of people are talking shit. Everyone's gonna hate Jake Paul. He's never gonna be good enough, right? Like nothing he can ever do will ever be good. There's always gonna, no matter what Jake Paul does, people are gonna say he's not legit. I'm giving him respect.
Same.
I'm giving the fucking guy respect. Yeah, a lot of hugging. You know what it reminded me of?
I'm listening.
It was deja vu. It was the Nate Robinson fight. A lot of hugging, couple good punches. Yeah, Woodley didn't mean to elbow him, caused the gash. He was going to block, just bad angles, bad timing.
I like that happened, though, because it shows adversity.
Yeah,
because when you get hurt like that, you know, some people might fade more.
The blood in the eye caused him to panic. Boom, you're getting swarmed by Tyron Woodley. You're getting fucking pieced up. So, yeah, I too give him credit for that.
And then hands off, dude, Tyron Woodley, our boy, St. Louis, dude, still lit as hell. Get that bag.
Yeah.
You know?
And he handled it. He took that like a champ. Yeah, it was hard. It was so hard looking at him after the fight because he was so sad and crushed. But then in the post-fight interview, he was like, don't look at me. Don't shake your head. He's like, I done fucked a lot of people up. He goes, I've done this, you know. You gotta at some point give respect to Jake Paul.
100.
So I'm giving Jake Paul respect. People are like, oh, Woodley took a short notice. Woodley was in shape. Woodley looked a little more in shape than Jake Paul.
He looked better this fight than he did last fight.
Yeah, and he was on track to winning. That they had the rounds were a little crazy. I had Woodley winning.
Same.
Yeah, and then Jake just landed that fucking bomb, dude. That was a bomb. It was a bomb. It happened.
I love the corner, you know, the tail of the track, or when they talk about how they can see people talking to the corners after the fight's over.
Oh, after the fight?
And then, like, they were like, it was like the 4th round maybe in the corner, and his coach was like, man, you just missed that hook, but you're going to get it next time. And then he gets it in the 6th round like that.
Dude, Jake Paul's coach, that guy is scary as fuck. I would not want to fucking piss that dude up. He looks like he would fucking stab somebody. I wouldn't piss him off.
Yeah, and he knows how to box.
Yeah, but I was shocked. So Woodley gets knocked out. He's dead, laying on the ground. It fucking sucks. When it happened, it sent the shockwave through my body. Brock froze up. Brendan's running around my fucking room like a wild animal, screaming and freaking out.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, dude.
I love moments like that.
Yeah, but it reminded me of the Nate Robinson fight. Couple hugs, good fight. Boom, knocks him out. And, dude, they're all falling the same way. It's crazy. They all three fell the exact same way.
He has real power at the cruiserweight division. Yeah. He has real power to knock people out.
Yeah. He's just improving. He's getting better. And now it's real fun. Here's the thing, though. I think Jake Paul's making some of our guys in the UFC look stupid. Because after, dude, everyone just sounded really dumb to me. Jorge Masvidal made a video, and it's all red, and he's in, like, this...
I saw it, but I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the audio.
He's just saying, he was like... He starts off like, he's like, I'm going to talk about that one dude. You know, that guy. So right away, it's like, you know who he is. What are you doing? Masvidal, talk some shit about Jake Paul. If you really don't think that dude's worthy of your time, you can at least say his fucking name. The acting like you don't even know who he is. And then he's saying all this shit. Oh, you can't afford me. He goes, oh, and here's this. Two things. I fight real fighters and I fight for money. You ain't both. And it's just like, and they ran out of, they're both, Nate Diaz and Masvidal are in that. Apparently they got the fuck out. If they're in there, what the hell?
They both get wrecked by Tyron Woodley.
I took it as they got scared if they left because, and I know they're under UFC contracts, like will Dana ever let a UFC fighter fight Jake Paul? That's what I'm waiting to see.
How come he let the Floyd Mayweather Conor one happen?
Because it's Conor McGregor and the money that it was.
But what about the money?
Well, here's the, Jake Paul's getting to that. Jake Paul's on track. I believe that Jake Paul, with the people want to see him lose, then he has a huge fan base.
Fuck Jake Paul.
Yeah, but then how did they sound after he knocked out Woodley? How did that place sound? It was a scene. Uh-huh. It was a fucking scene.
It was crazy.
I'm sure that place was a chaos when everything was going on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that happens with UFC fights.
100.
People are booing, and people boo in the UFC when some real technical... good fighting is happening, casual fans boo. Mm-hmm. So, fuck all them, casual people. I think there's going to come a point where people are going to want to see Jake Paul versus a UFC fighter more than Jake Paul versus a boxer if he keeps doing his thing. Because now we're in a fun spot. I think we're in the most fun spot of Jake Paul's career. Who do we see him box next?
Mm-hmm. I do like Jorge Masvidal or Nate Diaz.
But they're under the
It's
UFC.
Smart. It's smart for him to go after the MMA guys first.
Yeah.
Just take that path.
Yeah.
Be smart about that path you're going to take, and then crush those motherfuckers.
And you know what Dana White said? And he looked dumb. After the UFC fights last night, someone asked him, oh, are you going directly to watch the Jake Paul fight? And he's like, no, I'm not watching that. He goes, we already saw that fight. And I'm going, Dana, you look stupid too, because... how many fights has the UFC made where we're like, we've seen this fight before, and it's this even worse? There's been times where there's rematches that are worse than the first fight.
Thompson versus Woodley, too.
Yeah, dude. So it's like, and even then, like, I was a fan of those fights. A lot of people hate
technical
them.
Shit.
Technical. That's like just, it happens. You know what I mean?
Woodley's backing up too much. Yeah, against a guy who kills people standing up.
Yeah. Like last night. It was so hard. We missed last night with some good fights, and we only got to see the last two. It was a busy day. Joe was my birthday and all. It was a busy day. But Steven's
happy birthday too.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I appreciate that, Jobin, brother. But same thing with Steven Thompson last night with Bilal Muhammad. Dude, that was it was so sad. But that's just what happens sometimes when you have a dominant wrestler. When you got a guy like Steven Thompson, who is one of the best strikers in the fucking game, you're going to be over here. Next thing you know, he's over there kicking in the face with a little side slap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What do you got to do to a guy like that? What Bilal Muhammad did. You know what I mean? And it was still good. Steven Thompson was still getting up. You could tell going after that first round when they started going in the second. Steven Thompson like, I gotta kill this motherfucker before he takes me down.
Yeah,
and I love that. I love that shit.
He tried to. He would kill him standing up, but
yeah, dude.
But mixed martial arts,
dude. It's just what fucking sadly happens.
And I think peak peak Stephen Thompson would have done a better job because Tyron Woodley
100%.
was backing up the whole time. Like, he wasn't able to get that same type of takedown dominance ground game. I don't know.
Bilal Muhammad's a tough fight. That's one of those fights where you like both guys and you hate seeing one of them lose. It's tough because I like Bilal Muhammad and I really love Stephen Thompson. We got to fucking meet him. He's such a nice guy. He's the nicest motherfucker about. So it's just, but people, what I'm trying to say is people were talking shit about that fight. Because Bilal Muhammad is just laying on top of Stephen Thompson. No, they were both striking. They were both like swinging at each other when Bilal was on top of him.
And Bilal was trying to get that Kimura submission.
It just takes time and strategy. Casuals don't get it. You know what I mean? So.
But thank you for the casuals making the sport get bigger. It's always good to have more eyes on the sport and make it bigger. But I won't talk too much shit. But at the same time, guys, try to learn about the nuances and shit.
Yeah, I just think that last night. I wake up to a lot of videos of some people looking kind of stupid because I'm like, Jake Paul's killing what he's doing. Yeah, the biggest argument. Here's the biggest argument. He's not fighting real boxers.
Hey, well, supposedly a real boxer pulled out though.
Right?
So.
And I love Jake Paul. Jake Paul said, "This could have Tommy Fury. This could have been you." He had a shirt. And I give so much credit for Jake Paul. Because that dude is trolling all the time. You look at him, you're like, oh my God, he's always working. But is it work or is it just Jake Paul and he's just that good at it? Because, dude, the shorts lighten up. He's got shorts that say problem. Coming out to the YMCA. All the shitty.
Young man.
I might be a Timberman because he just... What did he say?
Oh, or I'm a lumberjack timber.
Yeah, I may be a lumberjack because he just went timber. Like, the man is a troll god, and it's created everything that's happening, and the projection of Jake Paul just skyrocketed last night. His next move's huge, his next fight's huge, and I'm really fucking interested.
And can I just ask everybody, how would you feel if you were gifted a Rolex? And then the guy says, yeah, it's just because it's time for you to get knocked out. Or is that what he said?
Yeah, well, Woodley was so funny, dude. And that's another thing. Woodley and Jake Paul had a lot of funny moments. Their first fight, they had a few funny moments. And this rematch, they had multiple funny moments. Because Woodley's just so like, oh my God, like this is a legit gift. It's a fucking awesome Rolex. He's really happy about it. And the shit talk that Jake's saying isn't even phasing Woodley. He's still looking at it and everything. It was really cool. But yeah, Jake Paul goes, Ariel goes, why did you give him that? Because it's time. It's time. I knock him the fuck out. So it was funny.
I like Jake Paul gave him respect too. He's like, this guy's still a legend.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The respect there was cool too. He's a troll, but he's really about it.
Oh yeah. He had a post, or before the fight, he made a post on Instagram where he went off, and it was really cool. He was like saying, for all the kids who were told they couldn't, all that. It was really inspired. I was like, damn. But yeah, those moments.
Dude, and the belt. He needs to get that MVP belt that he has. He needs to get that for his champions. That would be lit to have those belts with the Rolexes and the.
They were sick. They had
badass.
They had 2 diamond out fucking watches in that bad boy. Yeah, that was a crazy night. And then Derrick Lewis, man, 13th knockout. You were rooting for Chris, man.
I was.
You were rooting for that.
I was like, this guy's the next thing.
Yeah, he was looking really good, dude. And then Derrick Lewis fucked him up, dude. Most knockouts in UFC history. Let's go, Derrick Lewis. Let's go, big boy. He's so cool. I flipped out when he won JOBINS.
My thing is though, he's 30 pounds heavier than Chris Dawkins coming in at 230. Like it's just like, man, they need to have another weight class between light heavyweight and heavyweight.
Okay,
if you can jump 60, be 260, and the other guy's 230, and you got a 30-pound weight class advantage.
Oh yeah. Well, how about Harry Hunsucker, brother? Did you hear about him?
Mm-mm.
You didn't even know what happened during fight week?
No.
The first UFC heavyweight to miss weight.
And he was too heavy.
He was too heavy. And he got wrecked in the first round by Justin Tafa.
Oh, well, Justin Tafa was like a legit heavyweight.
Yeah.
He would wreck Chris Dawkins too, probably.
I'm a big boy Twitch fan. I get it. But the first heavyweight to miss weight, that's comical. That's pretty comical. What the hell happened? So now counteracting your statement, is it time for super heavyweights?
Mm-hmm.
Titans?
Mm-hmm.
The people will die. There comes a weight where you will die.
Hey, you sign on the dotted line.
But yeah, he missed weight. He was a fucking heavyweight. Oh, and then dude, Claudia Gadelha, Did I say her name?
We must have missed that one too.
Cla-
That was earlier, right?
No, she didn't fight. She retired.
Oh, she's retired.
Yeah, and guess why? Because of fucking concussion issues. She says that she's having sharp pains, like getting stabbed in the back of the head. Dude,
That's sad.
that's so scary. That makes I just, I'm friends with Sean. I don't want him to ever go through anything like that.
Or any fighter
Any
too,
fighter,
right?
dude.
Yeah, and even Claudia. I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Fighting is scary, dude. Concussions are scary. Football, CTE, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that, I saw that she retired. I was shocked, and then it was like a day or two later, it came out that it was about concussions. I was like, because she was good. I liked her. I thought she was a good fighter, title contender. She dropped Joanna in their fight.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's better to just be about yourself and just avoid that risk. Like,
hopefully she'll get healthier. I don't know. Concussions are tough, dude. They're so scary.
Mm-hmm. Man, and your mental capacity is probably not the same to where you could do like sport, like broadcasting, because like a lot of fighters you see get into that avenue.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, and Dana White, they were talking, dude, this fucking COVID variants.
Omicron. It's the newest one.
Omicron.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, some sports are stopping. Saturday Night Live quit their live audience.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right.
Now we're having issues with. Apparently, Gone is could have travel issues because of this. So they're like, Derrick, should Derrick Lewis wait by the phone? How crazy would that be, dude?
They fought before. It's gonna be someone's getting knocked out.
Yeah, dude. How cool would that be if Derrick, it would suck for Gone. Gone can't get to the fight. Derrick Lewis gets the phone call. Couple weeks, It'll end of January, I think, is when 270 is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a month after he comes off his 13th knockout, not even supposed to be fighting for the title, gets the shot. What if he knocked out Francis Ngannou and became champ? 14th knockout, most knockouts in UFC history, and now UFC champion. Knocking out Francis Ngannou. That would be...
If anyone can do it, too, you got that shot. You got that shot.
And their first fight was... Did they rematch?
No, I think they had that one fight that was a decision.
Are you sure?
Didn't Francis win... Or wait, did they have two fights? The
Francis
first one Francis lost, right?
Then
he beat him the second time, but it was a boring affair. It was boring both times too, wasn't it? Like
I forget, dude.
Because they respect each other's power so much. And then if they had fought again,
I'm gonna have to look that up after. Because was it a finish? Did he finish Derrick Lewis? It went to decision.
If he finished Derrick Lewis, you'd know. We would know. We would remember.
Well, sometimes Derrick's been finished because of back in the day with his back and
he didn't get finished by Francis.
Stomach. Yeah.
He didn't get finished by Francis, I'm telling you.
So many fights, Jobins, all the time. Back in the day, I used to be able to keep them in like a sponge.
You know who you're a boy of that I think's got a real legitimate chance of being champ a couple years from now?
Who? Sean O'Malley?
Tai Tuivasa in the heavyweight division.
Oh,
he keeps it up. He keeps it up, and he keeps doing what he's doing.
100%.
He'll be back there.
He's on a killing win streak right now.
He looked really good his last fight.
I would really like to see him fight a top five.
100%, dude.
That'd be cool.
I did not believe in him at first, but he's really kind of shown
when he got
up.
wrecked by JDS, that was tough.
That's a legend,
too. That was tough. And exactly. And it was just so brutal. It was like, it was so demoralizing. But he's bounced back. He's bounced back. I like that. I like that you think that. Because I have been a fan of Shuey.
Yeah, you have. And I'm been a doubter for so long. I'm stamping it. A couple years.
Dude, Sean's going to be champ. Ricky Simon called him out last night after the fight.
I heard. He's going to get absolutely wrecked.
I don't think Simon can take the shot. Sean's too fast and powerful for Ricky Simon.
And he's too big. I think the takedown defense is good.
Ooh, that would be
You don't
awesome.
think Sean knows how to sprawl?
Yeah, dude, that would be so awesome. Oh, dude, watching Sean's podcast, dude, I never hear the commentary when Sean's fighting. I'm so focused in on Sean fighting and seeing every move and just my feelings and everything. I'm so nervous. I'm not hearing. I'll maybe sometimes hear something, like maybe in between rounds and shit. But they pissed off Sean again. They're like, Joe Rogan and DC were saying like, we don't know why people don't kick Sean's legs more if he had such a problem in the Cheeto fight.
When they do.
Like, what the fuck? That's stupid.
Well, you know what? I feel like they know that they do that, but they just want to see him get it. They don't like him.
Why?
I get that feeling. Jealousy.
I see
jealousy because they're fighters, and they were never able to capitalize on NFTs. I'm telling you, dude, the
YouTube,
whole spectrum.
Twitch. the list goes on of what Sean is bringing with him along.
There's levels to entertainment.
Yeah.
He's on that Jake Paul level of entertainment.
100%.
And that's why Jake Paul's so hated, because all those fighters realize they're not doing as good
and
as
they're
he
jealous
is.
and how much money he's making.
Jealousy. His belt is the coolest fucking belt I've ever seen.
Well, why would Joe Rogan say some stupid shit like that? They all say it, like even Sean said in the pod and the thing. I agree. It's tough, dude. I love UFC and I have my shit. I know my shit, but then sometimes we get on this pod and like you forget in the moment and you just kind of say something stupid. Then when we get done with our pod, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have said this. I should have said that. So it's like being a commentator would be so tough. And they have said things, but they always have kind of said things in fights when they know a fighter has some kind of issue. When Sean didn't have an issue, that's what the fucking problem is. What Sean always argues that people still just don't really understand is that type of leg drop, foot drop, whatever you call it, doesn't always happen. It happens to Michael Chandler had it happen. When those things happen, those guys all of a sudden are now hopping along on one foot. What was Sean doing once his leg got compromised? He was backing up Cheeto up against the fence. Then he falls at the end of the round. Yeah, Cheeto lands a good elbow. Dude, Sean was, before the leg getting hurt, Sean's piecing Cheeto. Sean's hurt, Sean's piecing up Cheeto. He falls down, the ref stops it because he just got hit with an elbow and his leg's fucked. That's why Sean he doesn't agree with it. And then after the Cheeto fight, he's had fighters kick his leg and he's been completely fine. The man knows how to check a fucking kick. So when they go in and say that shit, I'd be pissed off too.
Another thing that Sean said, because I had seen that same pod, another thing Sean said that I was like, that makes a lot of sense, is that you don't see Cheeto kicking guys in the same spot, fucking them up like that every time.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be like a real technique he has. It was like a fluke injury. It was a good kick.
And it happens.
It happens. It was like, he wasn't planning on fucking his nerve up like that and doing that shit.
It was just a kick.
They need to run that fight back, though, because those two guys are potential contenders. That's contender-type shit right there.
I think Sean and Cheeto match again. It depends if Cheeto keeps saying stupid shit and Sean doesn't want to fight him. Sean can be like, well, fuck that guy. I might just keep going up. But if Cheeto were to keep winning,
he keeps going up, too.
If they keep going up, they'll especially if Sean were to become champ. That would be a fun rematch when he's a champ.
Sean will fucking get that guy, too,
100%.
Man.
He'll get Cheeto.
Because he did get... it was a good kick. It was a good kick. He got lucky getting the injury.
It was a toe. It was just a toe. On the one that hurt his leg, it was a toe. He had some good kicks outside the toe kick. But the one that actually fucked his leg up, that made him start rolling it, was a toe.
You got to win through luck. But I'm saying, like, if you fight him and you better hope he gets hurt again, because you're gonna get fucking wrecked. Dude.
Yeah, Ricky Simon, Sean's too fast and strong. I have no doubt in Sean anymore. He'll knock them all out. It's only time, baby. Only
Cody
time.
looks silly too. I don't see Cody doing shit.
Yeah. Oh, that was tough. Apparently, Cody. Oh man, had a lot of things going on. It was real tough for him. I feel bad for that one. And he's like 1-6.
I don't feel bad for him. You're gonna walk out of the stretcher. You're gonna realize what he was doing. Fuck out of here, dude.
He was saying some bad shit to
You
Sean.
say shit like that?
Some shit that's like
Anderson Silva never said shit like that. You know, you carry yourself with fucking respect when you're a goat. Yeah. You ain't no goat.
Wishing harm upon other
100%.
fighters. That's kind of fucked.
Stupid.
And Sean never does that.
He never said fucking. I hope Cody is in a stretcher like that. Fuck you, Cody. No, that shit does piss me off when fighters wish harm upon people.
Yeah, I
hope the best for you, but don't say shit like that.
100%. I agree with you. I had to take some deep breaths. You know, when times happen. I get it. Cub Swanson last night. We missed this fight, but I want to talk about it because here's a fun fact. Brad Okamoto, the reporter, he spit this out, and I was like, damn. So, Cub Swanson, with his first opening round finish since 2012. You know who that was against?
Anthony Pettis.
Current champion Charles Oliveira.
Really?
And back then, guess who Cub Swanson beat in a span of 5 months, including Charles Oliveira? Guess who was the other person he beat?
Ooh, give me a sec. Is it a champ right now, or is it a former champ?
Just happened. Something just happened.
I don't know. I can't.
Dustin Poirier. Our boy Cub Swanson. Our boy Cub Swanson in 2012, in 5 months, beat both these guys. And last night was his first round finish win since 2012. Shout out Cub Swanson, you're a fucking OG.
That's OG shit.
Yeah, that's OG shit.
But both those guys have gotten a lot better since then.
Mm-hmm. They have.
But that is OG's. At the same time, that's pretty
Cub
cool.
was in the game longer, way before them.
But Cub's peak isn't as crazy as their peaks.
Yeah. He peaked before them.
Although, what about WEC? Like, there was a lot of talent there because the UFC didn't have those classes.
True. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I always got to tell myself, I'm like, damn, I forget that I used to watch UFC before the certain weight classes were even in. Like when Aldo came in. You know what I mean?
You watched WEC too, though, didn't you?
Sometimes.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. I didn't see the
Showtime Pettis kick.
Yeah, I remember Josh hitting me up. Dude, there's all the craziest shit. And I'm like, what happened? And then he showed me. I was like, damn, I'm sad I missed that. I forget what I was doing that night.
They were the best because their shows were always free.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, I got to pay for UFC, but the WEC, it's always free.
And it was on like what, Spike or some shit?
FS1, I think.
Yeah, FS1. That's funny, dude. All right, let's get into Spider-Man, dude, because, dude, I got to talk about this. Spider-Man hit me like no movies hit me in a long time. So yesterday was my 29th birthday, right? Mm-hmm. Friday morning. So it's Sunday. It's about 1 in the afternoon. So Friday morning, I'm excited. I was going to go see it by myself. It was too packed. Everything was fucking sold out at night and shit. It was just like ridiculous.
Most hype movie.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, I don't want it to get spoiled for me from the internet. It's going to get spoiled. Something's going to get spoiled. JOBINS, we might spoil. We're not going to spoil.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers. But there might be a little, like some spoilers that aren't really spoilers to the movie. But I just want to talk about some things.
Okay.
So that is a fair warning here on out. You got your fair warning because we're going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man. And we're not going to spoil any outcomes. But I just want to spoil. We are going to talk about topics. You'll see.
Okay.
But first, dude, I got hit. I don't know. Just going to see a movie by yourself, it's really nice. I don't know. Just something about it. Have you ever done it?
Seen a movie by myself?
Go to the movies by yourself. And we got the recliner seats where you can just put the things up, your legs up, and you just chillax, spaced out pretty good between people. Have you ever done it?
I haven't actually done that yet.
You've never done that. I think everyone should experience that because it's really nice. Just going by yourself, doing your thing. And here's another thing. I got to get it out of my head. I have a little anxiety of being in a movie theater with a whole bunch of people. Am I being a puss? Because I'm afraid, like, when you go see a big popular movie like that, I'm just like, is there going to be a shooter? And I'm not making this as a joke or anything. I'm being fucking legit serious. I actually have a little bit of anxiety about it. Like, because I see some people who just look weird, and I feel bad saying, like, that looks like a shooter. But some people just, and they're by themselves, and, like, they just do weird shit, and then I'm watching them, and I'm just making sure I'm, like, and I always, for some reason now, because I was manager in a movie theater, I always know my exits. Like, I know where my exits are, and I think of a path of, like, where the fuck I'm going to run if something were to happen. And that's another thing. Like, when I go with the movies with you or someone I care about, and a mass shooting starts happening, I'm automatically going to start worrying about you guys. You know what I mean? And protecting you. But when I was by myself, I was like, man, I can just hop over this wall, even though it's like 10 feet down, and you're going to fall a little bit. I'm going to be like Spider-Man. I'm going to land on my feet. Dip, baby. Be gone. And then I'm like, well, wouldn't you want to save somebody? I'm like, well, no, if you're in a mass shooting, get the fuck out and live, dude.
You know what my thing would be? If a mass shooter came in, I'd be like, this motherfucker was talking the whole movie. Get him first. Get him first.
Me?
No, just anybody. Because my thing is, I'm nervous about crowded theaters because there's always those annoying motherfuckers that never shut up during the movie. Like, and it's like, I'd rather just see the movie at home because I don't have to deal with this fucking asshole eating his popcorn. You know, being loud. And fuck, if a shooter comes in, kill this motherfucker. And then leave me alone so I can watch the movie in fucking peace.
I agree with
That's
that.
my thing with, like, crowded movie theaters. I'm not always thinking about, like, active shooters happening.
Was it crowded when you went and saw it?
With Brock, it was pretty crowded.
Because, see, it really wasn't that crowded when I went and saw it.
It was packed.
I went at 11:30 in the morning. It was really nice. Really nice.
Just annoying people, though, at times. There's times when you hear talking, and I'm like, man, this is when it's better to be by yourself. Instead of dealing with a lot of people. That's when a shooter killing that person, I wouldn't care.
Well,
I
that's not
going to
happen. And if a shooting ever happened, you would not stand up and go, shoot this guy. He was talking on the phone. That's not what would literally happen.
Yeah.
You'd be running for your life.
Yeah, 100%. Let's just like hope that never happens.
100%.
Jesus Christ.
And I might be a pussy for thinking that, but I have a little bit of anxiety for it. And another weird thing, like The Dark Knight Rises, when that one happened, it was like in the beginning of the film. So like I literally didn't feel good until like a half hour into the movie. I was like, because I'm like, if it would have happened, they would have done it by now. You know what I mean? I know it's stupid pussy shit, but just a little anxiety Schmidt gets when he's in a big crowded movie theater. Because I don't carry a gun. I'm not a gun guy. I'm praying that there's another, like, please, I hope there's someone in this movie theater with a gun that's a good person. Because in that way, if there is an active shooter, they can hopefully, in their good aim,
well,
take this dude
movie
out.
theaters are tough, dude, because there's police officers at the movie theater we go to.
Dude, it was 11:30 in the morning, and you can just go in and out. There ain't no one. There wasn't even people ripping tickets. You just go find your auditorium and go in. I'm like, man, some dude having a bad life can just end some shit here, and it would not be good. So, yeah. That was just a little stupid little thing. But back to Spider-Man, bro. It hit me walking out of the theater. I just had, like... So, I saw all 3 of the OG Spider-Mans in that same theater that I went to. So, I was just getting hit with nostalgia. I'm walking out of the theater. I'm picturing how the shit used to be when we were fucking kids. Me and you lived at that theater our fucking childhood, waiting outside for our mom and dad to come get us. Because we didn't have cars. Couldn't drive yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But we lived at that theater, dude. So, all that shit was just hitting me. Spider-Man was so fucking emotional. Do you think that was the most emotional MCU movie?
I think so. It was the most emotional one.
Yeah. Infinity War was more emotional than Endgame to me. Iron Man's death didn't really hit me. It didn't hit me. His line hit me in the beginning of the movie where he's like, the end is part of the adventure or part of the ride. So I'm like, ooh, damn, that one's true. But like his death, like
I scratch it. Infinity's more emotional than
when everyone
Spider-Man.
started dissing
it's more emotional than Spider-Man.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Once you brought it back.
Once I brought it back, dude, when they were all disappearing,
right?
Dude, when Spider-Man disappeared, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel good." I was like, "Oh, Spider-Man, no!"
Endgame was way more emotional because they come back. They come back. Tony doesn't. Tony doesn't come back.
Yeah, and that's what it's up. I don't know, man. Tony Stark's death didn't hit me. All this shit in Spider-Man No Way Home, that shit was hitting me, bro. Because first off, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that shit was my childhood. Let's see, 2002, I was 9, getting ready to turn. It came out in like May. I was turning 10 in December, so I was 9 when the first Spider-Man came out. I was a Spider-Man fanatic. I had like 20 action figures that were different Spider-Mans. Loved the shows. Loved the games. Loved the movies. Tobey Maguire was my hero. Remember when he swang upside down and started making out with Kirsten Dunst? It was like the hottest thing.
That was MTV Kiss of the Year.
Dude, it was the hottest shit. I was like, damn, Spider-Man's the shit. Like, and just how awesome it was. William Dafoe as Green Lantern, he killed it. And he killed it again. Did I say Green Lantern? Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, my bad,
Dude,
Jobins.
My thing, because you brought the kiss up, I gotta say, man, the movie was way more tame than the 2002 version.
Oh, dude,
you know what I'm saying?
Deep tongue.
Like man, Toby Mac went in on that kiss.
Dude, it was, and he's upside down. It's raining. She looks sexy.
Zendaya and Tom, they like never be kissing like that.
Dude,
could she even do a kiss scene like Kirsten Dunst?
No,
that was next level kiss scene, Kirsten.
It was.
Jesse Plemons, my boy.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now, Jesse Plemons is like gangster, dude. Matt Damon, sit the fuck down. Matt Damon, you look like Jesse Plemons. So sit the fuck down and respect Jesse Plemons because he's a fucking legend. If you don't know who Jesse Plemons is, Jobin, go look him up. Go watch his movies. He's a fucking legend. God, I love that man. But yeah, Spider-Mans, Jobin. OG Spider-Mans. The third one, that one was the one that was like, and I never even hardly go back and rewatch it ever.
It's okay.
If I'm going to watch the OG Spider-Mans, it's 1 and 2. They were the best, especially the second one. Second one was so lit with Doc Ock.
Well, the first one had the kiss, though.
Yeah.
The first one's kind of the biggest landmark one,
dude,
right?
Doc Ock. Remember they're sitting at the table. Remember the big table scene? And then his senses go up, and then Doc Ock throws the the taxi through the window, and it was all real cool slow motion. That was huge.
Dude,
that was a big scene.
if you want to talk about emotional MCU, what about Green Goblin when he gets killed and impaled by himself, and fucking Harry Osborn, James Franco comes in and sees, and then they look at each other, and his mask is kind of messed up. Dude,
and what were his last words? He was like, he says some real
I'll kill you, Spider-Man, or something.
Hold on. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Amazing Spider-Man?
I'm talking about 2002 Spider-Man.
Yeah, he gets Spider-Man impales him, and then he says something to Peter. He says something Peter, and it's real, like it hits, and then he dies. So what are you talking about?
Because James Franco comes in though and sees that Spider-Man killed him. Yeah.
He's laying him down on the bed.
But to see
that's in the second one, or the third one.
No, to see your best friend. No, in the first one, they see each other. Because he sees his dad dead.
Yeah.
And that's why he hates Spider-Man ever since.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing, you see your best friend looking right at you as you killed his dad.
Yeah.
And then you got to go away.
James Franco was there when he killed his dad?
Yeah.
You saw him kill him right away?
Well, he came in. You had the right thing. He said like those final words. But then James Franco comes in.
What about when Spider-Man lays William Dafoe's dead body on the bed? Is that the thing? Is that what happens?
James Franco sees it though.
And James Franco sees it.
And he knows Spider-Man killed his dad.
Yeah.
First-hand account.
Yeah. Damn. I want to see. That's how good
emotional
this Spider-Man movie was, dude. You want to go back and you want to rewatch them all. Because listen to this. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Mans, I liked the first one, but the second one I hated so bad. I hated it. The Electro, I just hated it. This Spider-Man movie, dude, made me love it. I'm so happy I have it. I'm like, is Andrew Garfield the best Spider-Man? Andrew Garfield is like, Jobins, if you've seen the Spider-Man movie, just tell me. His story, like of everything, I feel for me, like I'm attached to it the most because a little relatable, not really, a little more dramatic, Hollywood dramatic, but a little relatable in a little bit. But dude, the ending, the closure that he got, I'm not going to spoil that in the movie, but that scene, I lost my shit. And it just made me realize, oh my God, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was like the saddest.
Most tragic. Then we'll just stop there, I guess.
Yeah. And it made me really want to go back and rewatch them. And I want an Amazing Spider-Man 3. I want to see what happens.
They don't need it.
I need it. So we spoiled it. I guess we spoiled it. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they're in it.
Well, yeah, they're
in. That's my spoiler. I'm sorry, Jobins. I'm sorry. They're in it. And that's what, but here's the thing, because I want to talk about it. Because they all killed it. Andrew Garfield killed it. They did a great job at separating the three at like their own tones, and dialogue and like the way they move and shit. And it just made me think, I'm like, oh my God. Because when Tobey Maguire comes in and they do all their things and they're talking about their backgrounds and they're tying it all in, dude, it just hit me. And then what Spider-Man's all about, what Spider-Man the character is all about at the end of the day, doing what's better for everyone and not himself. They nailed it in this one. They nailed it.
That's Stan Lee's favorite comic book character. He said, make sure you take care of Spider-Man the most.
And they did.
And they do. They do. I think Spider-Man's going to be the best movies, just because it's Stan Lee's favorite.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's your favorite
dude,
Spider-Man?
And I got to give respect to Tom Holland. Do you remember, dude, the guy's jacked himself, dude. He's in great shape for the role. I know he goes fucking hard on that role.
Dude, at the end of the movie hit me. Dude, it was just so emotional, Jobins. I was, that Shia LaBeouf's music video or something video where he's watching all his movies and he's sitting in the auditorium and they made memes where it's like all his different emotions. That was me sitting there watching Spider-Man by myself. I was laughing. I was crying. I'm going, oh, and I'm going, oh, wow, surprises. You know what I mean? Just, I probably looked crazy. The guy sitting next to me, because I'm laughing and I'm noticing I'm laughing at shit he's not laughing at. It just made me feel like a kid again. Made me feel like my 29-year-old ass on his birthday, seeing Spider-Man alone. I felt like a kid again. And it was legit. It was cool. And it's the first time I've ever really experienced that with a movie. When you got your childhood movies, one of your childhood favorite movies, and then, the Andrew Garfield growing up, working at the theater, so they were okay. And then I am a huge fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man and everything and all his stuff that he's been through. That was the first time where all these worlds are emerging as one. and we're actually connecting them, and
That is cool.
and it's hitting back the emotions that we had for the other ones.
It'd be like if you got Christian Bale's Dark Knight, you had George Clooney, like all the Batmans,
Yeah.
like were able to come together.
Right.
That
Dude,
would have
that's
been crazy.
good.
And
That's a
then
good
you
point.
have Robert Pattinson's Batman 2 in there.
Damn, that was a good idea right there. That'd be cool. That'd be lit.
I feel like it'd be kind of too silly for
Yeah,
Batman.
for
You know, because
Batman,
Batman's
yeah.
a serious, gritty character.
Yeah.
The multiverse type deal, it just ain't going to play out right. Spider-Man was perfect for it. Great movie. I think it was awesome.
And it just hit, dude. And seeing Tobey Maguire back, you know, just made me like, damn, he was so cool back in the day as Spider-Man. Those were good times. The Spider-Mans back in the day were good fucking times. They were some of the biggest movies at the time.
And they were like breakout superhero movies.
Yeah, dude.
I know you had Tim Burton's Batman before that,
Blade.
but other than that, but I feel like people didn't identify with Blade as a comic book right away.
But he is a Marvel character.
But he is.
Yeah.
But like right off the bat, I didn't know that watching it.
I did just because my mom.
Dude, Blade would be another one like Spider-Man if they brought Wesley Snipes back in somehow.
What'd you think of? Oh no, fuck. I guess that's a spoiler.
If
He was
we-
only in one scene.
Oh, we can talk about it. We can talk
Daredevil?
about it. Daredevil
Yeah.
from fucking the Netflix Marvel.
Because
I loved all those, and I'm
Yeah.
so upset that they were taken out. Luke Cage killed it. Jessica Jones killed it.
Yeah. When I saw him, I thought of you. I was like, oh shit, Brennan would like this scene. You know, like
I loved it too.
yeah,
I loved it.
Dude, they did such a great job. I'm telling you, Jobins. If you haven't seen Spider-Man already, by the time you see this episode, go fucking watch it and tell us what you think. Let us know. Was it the most emotional MCU movie? Was it the best Spider-Man movie? Is it the best Spider-Man movie? Because I'm clouded by emotion, and just now seeing it how it's new. But I'm like, damn, dude, those first two Spider-Man movies are still the OGs. They're the OGs, and they're my childhood. Is this Spider-Man movie better than those? And without those Spider-Man movies, you can't have this one.
True.
And it can't be as good as it is without all the other Spider-Mans.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So which one's which one's the best Spider-Man movie? Part of me, I want to say this one, just because how fucking epic it was.
The requirements, though, the prerequisites that you'd need to fully appreciate it kind of diminishes it in a way.
Right.
Because then you're like, you kind of need to see these required watchings, viewings, before you can appreciate this to 100%.
Exactly.
Oof, that's a good point.
Yeah. Couple weeks, and we'll give it a couple more weeks, and then I want to talk about a couple things that happened in the movie and see if I want to talk and be like, could you do that? Could you do that? And actually dive into like what that is. So yeah, we'll talk about it more on that.
I wanted to bring it up just because it's kind of too late, but we should have talked about it before. Amanda Serrano being the co-main event of that MVP.
Oh,
you know that she's 41-1. She's only lost one time. 41 wins, 30 knockouts, dude.
Right.
And she's fucking 115 pounds to 140 pounds, 7 titles over like 7 weight classes. That's impressive, dude.
Yeah.
Like every time I hear about that, I'm like, she's not a big name. I'm like, that's impressive numbers and stats.
Yeah.
To like be the face of MVP. And then she won 99-90, 91-90, like 100 like she blew the other girl out of the water, was wrecking her most of the time.
That was a fun fight.
That was a crazy fight.
I'm glad you brought her back up because that's cool. She tweeted out this morning or Instagram post or something. She's like, I just realized I'm finally a millionaire, and she thanked Jake Paul and everybody. And remember how I asked you guys last time, like, do you think anyone's lives are going to change tonight on this fight?
Dude.
Hers, dude.
41-1 is an amazing record. You deserve it, Amanda Serrano. Heads up.
I'm pretty sure that was all Jake Paul. He wanted her on the co-main. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's been promoting the shit out of her.
So that's another thing I give credit to Jake Paul because she put on a show. And that girl who was getting her ass beat put on a show.
Hard.
I loved when they were taking there and just standing there swinging. They weren't hugging.
They weren't.
They weren't fucking hugging.
Levels.
They were standing there fucking trading, dude. Those girls were legends. And that's another example because I get a little upset when people talk shit on girl fighters because that was another example of, hey, they can be just as good.
She's one of the greatest. She's one of the greatest to do it, for sure.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that up real quick before we forgot about it, just because it was a big deal.
Yeah, no, I respect that. And the basketball and the football player guy, that was a fun
Oh,
fight, too.
Darren Williams versus Frank Gore. Darren Williams, the
Yeah.
basketball player,
was
versus
a fun
Frank
fight.
Gore. Darren Williams 6'3", Frank Gore's 5'8", 5'9".
They're both tackling each other out of the cage. It's
Fucking-
crazy.
Dude, Darren
Yeah.
Williams freaking like shoulder pressed him and then he fell through the ropes.
Oh, dude, and they got Woodley trying to take down Jake Paul.
He
Dude,
did take him
yeah.
down straight up.
It was a wild night of fights last night. Last night was wild. I had a good birthday. That was a good day of birthdays.
100%.
Another thing, dude, is I'm not a big birthday person, and now that I'm getting older, I'm kind of fearing them. But then a lot of people were like, "No, dude, you're still young. Like, enjoy this." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Fuck that. I'm gonna make this the best. 30s are gonna be fucking great. 20s were great. A lot of things are good happening. So I've kind of, it's been a good. Yesterday was a good day. All the Jobins on Twitch come in, giving donations, subs. That was really cool. You guys made my fucking day. You guys are legends.
Legends.
Yeah. All the messages I got in the Discord, people just messaging me, made me feel it was a good day. I was like, wow, this was cool. This was a cool day. Made me feel good.
That's awesome, man.
And I'm not usually a birthday guy, but I'm like, damn, yesterday was a really cool, fun birthday.
And combat
Oh.
sports in general just popping off on
Yeah.
your birthday.
And Sean gave me an NFT. Like, what the fuck? Jime Time gave me an NFT.
Respect.
Yeah, which was insane, because I really wanted one and I just couldn't afford one right now. And then Jime Time, he's like, Schmidt, I got you, and he fucking gave me one. Lost my fucking mind. Thanked him, and then Sean gives me one on my birthday. The love, I'm over fucking whelmed right now with it. You know what I mean? It's really boosting. It energizes me. I want to get better. I want to do better. Get better at pod. I want to get better at Twitch.
Fuck yeah.
I just want to keep getting better. You know, doing better with the Jobins. The community's outstanding. If you haven't gotten an NFT yet, if you haven't gone to the Sugar Squad, go seriously get an NFT because there's perks and shit. They were already giving out awards and shit to people, which is really cool seeing. A couple people played with Sean. That was really cool. And that's always fun seeing how excited people get over it. Like, that's the really cool part. So, lots of 2022, it's going to be a good, big year. Big thing.
100.
That's what my kind of outlook on life is kind of being right now. Like, just big things coming.
I'm with you, man. It's been an amazing. I think it's been a crazy 2021 year, and then 2022 is just let's keep going up this damn roller coaster, man.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Sean's 3 for 3 this year.
Hell
Good fucking
yeah.
year. Jake Paul's 4 for 4. That's insane.
Yeah, I know Sean was talking like trolling people saying he's fighter of the year. Dude, you know what? Give him like some props. He had amazing fights, still.
Right? And the things that he's doing,
100%.
and the way he handles everything. I'd fucking say Sean's fighter of the year. He's always fighter of the year in my books.
He's fucking entertainer of the century, dude.
And it's funny because Sean always gets pissed about rankings. He doesn't give a fuck about rankings, which I get. I get his point. I get his what he's trying to say. Rankings kind of don't really mean anything because it's kind of political. Politics do get involved. How popular you are, what you bring to the table. So the honesty of rankings is just not legit.
Because they still have John Jones in like the top 5. Yeah. He hasn't fought in years.
If the rankings would be held a little more accountable of talent and record, I think they would be a little better. Not so much popularity. But I still congratulated Sean. I was like, dude, congrats to being 13. He made a funny post. He's like, I'm just ranked number 1 and 3, which was pretty funny. But the UFC, just being in the UFC is so hard. The fighters are so tough. What Sean, everything they do to put into training camp, to go fight, to stay in the UFC, to get a win in the UFC, to get ranked in the UFC.
A lot of work.
Is a lot of work.
A lot of work.
It is hard. It is an accomplishment.
100%. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley, you should be proud of yourself. I know you're number 1 in my book. You're number 1 in all the Jobins book. You're number 1 in your book. You're going to knock out all these motherfuckers. They're in trouble. But be proud. I would be proud of that number 13.
Anyone stepping into that cage for the UFC or like any sports organization should be proud that they've gotten that far, because that's amazing. And you're entertaining the masses. Like,
I'd drop some 13 merch or something. Finally, I don't know. It's just something stupid.
13's a lucky number, too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And green, O'Malley, Irish.
Yeah.
You had something there.
Yeah. Something silly.
With my St. Pat's Day merch.
Oh, it would be silly. It'd be a nice little silly ring. He just, I get it. But I just wish, I'm happy for him for finally being ranked, because Some good fights are going to happen. He's going to knock these dudes out, and people are going to finally start giving Sean the respect that he deserves. So, good things are going to... Next year's going to be insane. His fucking thumb's fucked up a little bit. That sucks. Not good thing is that it's a quick turnaround.
Quick heal.
Yeah. So he won't be out too long. So, yeah.
Damn. That was a lot, though, man.
Yeah, we had
A lot popping off.
big episode today. Big episode. What would you give Spider-Man, just real quick? What would you give it 1 out of 10? I gave it a 9.2.
Did you? I gave it an 8.5.
8.5. Now, again, that could be my emotions with this 9.2. I need to see it again. I do want to see it again. But some big-time nerds, I'm a nerd, some big-time nerds, some shit that I forget, they were calling out some holes about Electro Guy. So I'm like, I got to do some research.
The multiverse.
I know.
Oh, wait.
It's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect.
Was that spoilers?
No, they're all Electro's in the commercials. Everyone knows that the villains
But you said there's holes about him.
Yeah, I didn't say what holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has literal holes in his body, guys.
Oh, something with holes in Electro Man happens. Oh, boy. No, nothing.
We just fucking everyone.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything with holes.
Nothing happened. Yeah. Well, damn, Jobin. Episode 58. Again, thank you to our sponsors, TimboSugarShow, Jobins. We appreciate the shit out of you. It's been a fucking honor being sponsored.
Blessed.
Doing these videos.
Blessed to have everybody watching.
Yeah.
All this Jobins.
All you Jobins watching. All the Jobins that continue to support us and show us the love. It means everything to us. It's been a first year. We're a little over a year, but we're looking up. Bigging up. Big things coming. Big things.
Just keep evolving. Just keep getting older and better with every day.
Yeah.
Just getting crazy.
29 and I feel alive, baby. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, Jobins. We all hope you have a good fucking day. See you next time.
Happy holidays, Jobins.
Have happy holidays. Let's see. Christmas is... Today's what? Sunday? So Christmas is Saturday? Damn.
And then I don't know how Hanukkah works, guys, but celebrating that too.
Yeah.
Respect to just all religions,
Have
all holidays. Get it.
Safe holidays. Because going to the fucking stores, that was hell. That was hell on earth the other day, going to this Target, dude. Fuck all that. Christmas shopping, you guys can have all that. I'm for the love with the fam kind of guy. Like, let's just spend some quality fam time. Hope you guys all do. Deuces, Jobins. Have a good one.